Lands of Our Ancestors, Book 1, Note to Teachers and Parents. This work of historical fiction depicts what might have happened when a village of Chumash Indian people encountered the Spanish padres and soldiers who came to California to establish religious missions and create colonial outposts in the area. The missions, presidios, and settlements they established all relied on forced Indian labor to operate, a fact that has been hidden from public view far too long. Spanish colonial Franciscan priests, led by Junipero Serra, ultimately forced Indians to build 21 of these institutions between San Diego and Sonoma, impacting the lives of at least 100,000 indigenous people from 40 or more different tribes. What happens to the Chumash characters in Lands of Our Ancestors is typical of what may have happened to all the tribal people who came into contact with any of the missions built on their ancestral lands. That being said, we must also recognize that the experiences of missionized Indians were diverse and varied, so no one story can cover the full range of possibilities. The Native American people known as Chumash have lived in the same south central region of California for at least 13,000 years, made up of separate, small, self governing groups spread over several thousand square miles. These communities spoke different Chumash languages. The tribal group portrayed in this book lived and continue to live in the Santa Ynez Valley and spoke and are learning to speak again one of the Chumash languages called Samala. In many history and archaeology books, their language is called Eneseño because these Indian people became associated with the Santa Ynez mission. Santa Ynez is the original Spanish. Santa Ynez in the original Spanish. Other groups of Chumash are known as Barbeño and Ventureño because they became known as the Indians living in or near those missions, Santa Barbara and Ventura. In this book, when the Chumash language spoken by the main characters is mentioned, I am referring specifically to the Samala Chumash language, spoken by the people of the Santa Ynez Valley. However, to simplify the telling of the story, I have simply referred to it as the Chumash language. So you can understand what the main characters are saying. You will read most of their words in English. Later in the book, as the Chumash are forced to learn the Spanish language, you'll continue to understand what they are saying by reading their words in English. The following is a guide to the Samala Chumash words used as character names in this story, along with their meanings. Kilik, sparrowhawk. Tuhui, rain. Salapai, to raise or lift up. Solomol, to straighten an arrow. Wonono, small owl. Yol, bluebird. Stuk, ladybug. Kimi, to repeat or do over.